I'm wondering if you could hear me through the AirPods. Here's the Tindeq dynamometer. Okay, and this measures your isometric force output. And I just want to talk about why this matters as it relates to the ISO max. Is it upside down? That's upside down here. How's that look? So, difference between this and the ISO max. There's many differences, but one being this has an app attached to it. So your force readings goes through the app, not just through the bar or the display. It goes through the app in which you can save workouts or you can look at force output in real time. Another thing too is what I like about it is you can do single arm work. So let me take you here in the other room. Single arm work. So let's just do this here. You mind if I set you guys down for a second right here? About that right there. Okay. Right. Then, is everybody here? Can you still hear me? So now you got some single arm work. All right. Whereas if you use the ISO max, it's just all bar, right? Now we can do some single leg stuff. And let me show you an example of that. Right? Here, where you got a force vector that's coming down through the ground here, but then your pillar, your post, is stabilizing your body here. Whereas if we were to do this with the ISO bar, it'd have to be up here, right? But now sometimes I'll have the force going through my opposite hand, and then I'll switch and I'll have the force going through same hand, same foot. So different exercises just by switching the hands here. That makes sense, right? Now I'm trying to implement some single arm stuff here. So say there's a strap that goes down here. Now I'm pressing single arm. That's what I'm trying to implement more. I don't want to be do two arms at once because now the force is driving through my midline. I want to get head over foot and get some rotation in to use my isometrics that way. Same thing other side, or we can do right up there. No, let's see, we'll hook here. Yeah, here we go. Now, all you got to do, and I think this is going to make a huge difference for people, is switch legs. Now you get a different variety of rotation. The force is going through a different, I don't know how to explain it. Um, just switching feet gives you a whole different feel, different positioning. And the problem here, though, is when you go single leg, you're not really anchored. So you can't get your force, your maximum force output here, right? Because you're not anchored. You're you're rotating. If you really wanted to get your max force output, you'd have to anchor yourself against something and press. So you might see your force drop off when you start to do single leg work. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? I got my AirPods in, but I'm not sure if the if this is going through here or here. Let me just show you one more thing. Take a walk with me, would you? We can hear you. Okay, that's good. Let me know if you have any questions. I can answer those right now. This is what I also made. My dad used to call this a Jimmy rig, where you take something, you take something that's already built. Can you guys see that? Can you see that? This is the Isomax foot plate. Here, maybe I'll just do this. Here's the Isomax foot plate. And what I've done is I put an eye hook. You see the eye hook there? I just screwed an eye hook into the, see that? Right. And then I put an eye hook here at the end too. I put a drill hole there just in case I want to move this here to here. But again, this goes back to what is the best way to do a push up? It's a great question. There is a best way to do a push up. Let me show you the best way to do a push up, but this is what I'm talking about. Right now, I've anchored the eye hook into the carabiner, and this is where I can start to get my rotational isometrics in. But then you can also put both feet on here, do something like this. But if you're gonna do both feet on, you might as well just use a bar. Mm. All right, let me show you the best way to do a push up. You gotta bear with me for a second. Grateful Dead morning? No, no, go roll with it. Okay, the ISO bar goes into the squat rack. Any way you can do a push up like this is very difficult, but I think is the most effective way to do a push up. Right here. Okay. And then bars at your shoulders and just hold yourself in place. And if you could do this for 45 seconds, it's awesome. Most people can't. So what I would do is 5-second bursts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Even that alone would be difficult. But in my opinion, that's the best way to do a push up because there's no wear and tear on the joints. You can increase effort by pressing your hands into the floor harder. And you get longer time under tension on the muscles. Whereas if you just do this, you're getting like a millisecond of time under tension at each point of range of motion, right? So it might be too easy and too hard, something like that. With an isometric hold, you're in position and you're maximizing time under tension because in that position, you're getting at least whatever it may be 10 seconds, 45 seconds of time under tension there. As you start to move, the resistance varies. There's a lot of factors in play. So maximum, you're not getting maximum tension once you start moving, right? A lot of different muscles come into play as you do this. So it might feel really heavy here, really light here. But if you just do an isometric hold and just hold there and then hold here, you're maximizing that time. But am I just a am I just an oddball doing isometrics? Maybe. Sometimes I see people and they're watching me train clients, and they got to be thinking like, what is this guy doing? But the clients keep coming back. I think that says enough. If you're doing isometrics, you're seeing results, and your clients keep coming back. Isn't that feedback enough? If there's any more questions I can answer right here, basically what I wanted to show you was a single arm, single leg type stuff with the dynamometer. Back over here. I would suggest getting this first. What's up, Trent? I would suggest getting that first, and then it's a very small footprint. Then you get the carabiners and everything else to go with it, but it's a very small footprint, very powerful. It's a very powerful machine right here, depending on how you use it. Let me know if you have that, if you have the dynamometer at all. Okay, that's all for me. I'm gonna get ready to train another client. See you later.